for a second time, meeting a new friend, Rakesh Mijling. We did an interview in Dutch a month ago or so.
Something like that.
Yeah. Can you come a little closer to the mic?
Of course.
So we can hear your very good dark.
Very good, Patrick. Here we go.
Your brown voice, dark brown voice. Then we talked about a lot of things. For example, about this man here who was on the cover of a magazine about non-duality. I'm going to show it to the listeners and the viewers. Osho.
Yes.
When you see this picture, what does that say to you?
A man who's a teacher, who's is into philosophy and who's a master, and that's how it's also said is on the cover, master edition. Yeah. So for me it's an inspiration and a master.
Because you lived at a young age in a commune where Osho was not present. I don't know if you even visited the commune. I can't imagine, no. But there were sannyasins. Yeah. So you were a sannyasin too.
Exactly, yes.
At a young age. How old were you?
I was, when we got in, when I think about 2 years old. So very, very young.
Yeah.
And I grew up in that sense there. But when you get older, you become more conscious of your surroundings and the world. And so when I was 4, I asked my mom for a new name, which was I was born with the name Herman. Mm-hmm. And everybody got a new name. And when I was 4, I asked for a new name. My mom also said, you have to really choose this. So I chose, I wanted a sannyasin name, a new name, like everybody else had a new name.
You didn't choose the name, it was given to you by Osho?
Not directly by Osho, but by the organization, you could say. Yeah.
And what does it mean, Rakesh?
It means completely Swami Deva Rakesh, which means a divine being of the Lord of the Moon, actually. Yeah.
Okay. So are you a moon child?
In a sense, there are many moon childs. In that sense, many people name their child to the moon. But it's Lord of the full moon, actually, I believe. But in India, there are also different meanings of the name Rakesh. I think some districts even means the sun. But
the sun?
But mainly it's the moon,
Okay. And after that, you never changed your name back to Herman anymore?
No. Everybody knows me as Rakesh, and I want to keep it that way.
Are you the only Rakesh in the Netherlands, or are there more, you think? Or you know?
Well, when I moved to a place when I was 11 in Amsterdam, my neighbor was also a Rakesh. So, there are many people who are named Rakesh, actually. That's a very common name, but not for a Dutch person like me.
But for sannyasins?
Mainly for Hindustan, for people from India.
Yeah. Okay. You're the son of an artist, Ricky Mijling. Maybe one of our or more viewers know her. You don't make art, I guess, or do you make art?
I studied at the High School of the Arts in Utrecht, in Hilversum, by the High School of Arts Utrecht. But I studied in Hilversum for 4 years, and I did a master's degree in computer animation, images, and synthesis. So you could say I'm also an artist.
So you're making big bucks right now with those NFTs, or not?
Well, it's not my cup of tea.
No?
No, not yet, at least. I'm looking into it, but no, not really. No, I'm really more into sharing things and workshops, activities that involve the body and involve physical connection, physical touch.
Yeah. We could call that ecstatic dance, or is it something else?
I was actually at the birth of ecstatic dance in Holland, which was started in Club Light in Amsterdam, which I helped develop, where I held many events and parties and all the kind of events about conscious celebration, conscious dance, so bare feet dancing. And the owner initiated the ecstatic dance there. So I know, a lot about it, but I'm not actively in that doing that. But it is something similar. I feel that it's more like the second step, you could say. So when you're really first, trance dance was really popular, which is similar. But ecstatic dance is, for the people that don't know it, it's dancing by yourself mainly, and it's going to an ecstatic state, and really has some boundaries, very set rules, like there's no photography, bare feet, there's no drugs and alcohol.
No touching?
It can be touching, yeah, it's possible, yeah. But it is in a respectful way, and if somebody doesn't like it or doesn't want to, that's there has very clear signs for this. So yeah, these are kind of the basic steps, and it's there's no talking. There's no talking the whole.
No one
dance.
asking you for a phone number or could I take a selfie with you?
Exactly, and it creates a space where you feel safe and really have the opportunity to express yourself fully in any way, and except for loud screaming and disturbing others, of course. But yeah, it's really focused on expressing yourself through dance, which is a beautiful way.
What's the difference between ecstatic dance and tantric dance then?
Well, tantric dance is something I developed like 15 years ago, and the difference is that it's a couple dance. So ecstatic dance is really for yourself and really mainly, to really get into your own body. And I see tantric dance as the next step. So once you really connected with yourself, your body, and you feel well and you feel invigorated, then tantric dance is really nice to start connecting with somebody else. And it's a couple dance. It's like similar like tango. So there's one creating the dance and one who receives the dance. But there are no set rules in you should do this kind of steps, or there's no learning curve. So it's just really, you can start immediately, and it's a free dance. The only thing is that the one who creates the dance and one receives in the dance.
I'm thinking, when I get an image, I think sometimes in images, tantric dance, I see people moving like a snake. You know, just the whole body movement, not just one step to the left, one step to the right. No. Is it something like that? Is it like, what's the right English word? Yeah, really getting into it and moving your whole body?
Fully, yeah. It's tantric dance is not only about dancing your body, but it's really dancing your energy. So you connect with what does my body want? How does it flow? How does it feel right? And instead of I want to do this or I want to create that, and that's kind of my mindset, like mind structured. And this is tantric dance is really feeling into yourself and feeling into the other one as well. So it's not a solo dance, but you do it also with somebody. So it's a whole new dynamic. And
is it difficult?
No, everybody can do it.
You don't have to learn.
You don't have to even be a dancer. So it's not especially about dancing. It's merely about learning to connect, learning to feel into your body, connect with somebody. That how are you received? So it's when you create a dance, as a creator of the dance, you also listen to the other. It's not I'm the creator and you have to listen. No, as a creator, you also connect with how somebody responds to your dance and how you move and what you do. It
reminds me of good sex.
It is a very good foreplay.
But when you really have good sex with someone, it's not about one giving directions or one thinking about what to do next. It just flows.
The more you get into tantric dance, the better your sex life will be. That's for sure.
It's the best foreplay.
I feel it is, because it helps you to connect with your body. It helps to connect with what is alive in you, and also it has also a lot of safety in it, that the one who receives doesn't have to receive everything. So the one who receives also, there's a lot of emphasis on safety, and that you can stop the dance at any time. So if you feel like, okay, this is not what I want.
What do you do? Give a sign with your hand?
Just put your hands up like that, and the dance stops. And what you have with sex often is that, okay, I want to just go into it and go with the flow, but you don't ask yourself really, do I want to receive this? Is this all right for me at this moment? Is my body ready for you?
Yeah.
So
it's violent sometimes.
it can be that it's that you're not ready or not doesn't feel right for you at the moment, but you're not really actively, consciously listening to that. And Tantric dance helps you to really listen to if this is what you want, if this feels okay, without being already in stage 10 where it's, okay, I'm so much in it, I don't want to stop anything anymore. So it is really helping you to connect with your body, connect with how is it going, how is it flowing, without any pressure. The pressure is gone of everything. So like when sex, can be a lot of pressure and
about
tension,
orgasms or does the other one like it? Yeah,
but Tantric dance is always with clothes on and always safe in that sense.
And your eyes, are they closed?
So that's the important thing. The one who receives has the eyes closed. So has a blindfold or has the eyes closed.
But how can he or she then know what to do?
Well, the guider, the creator of the dance,
he has a hand, or
he uses his body to dance.
Yeah, so you can feel it.
The beauty of this is that when you receive and you have your eyes closed, you immediately listen better to your body and to your inner world and what's going on inside. And
so no cheating, no peeking with one eye. I would do that, I guess.
You can try, and it's not. We're not actively.
You don't get a red card and have to leave the field.
No, not at all. It's just for yourself and to make it more easy to receive. Actually, it's an extra tool.
Yeah, so you can be in the moment, like Eckhart Tolle says.
Yeah, be in the moment. Become more aware of what's inside. Become more aware of what's present in you. So it's actually a helping tool.
I have an important question. I have about, let's say, 10, 15 kilos too much weight on my body. I know some females who also, who I know. I think when I would propose, well, honey, let's go to Tantric dance, they would say, fine, but I first have to get rid of my big belly or my fat legs or arms. Is it right that I think only slim people like yourself, handsome, go to this kind of things? I can't imagine that someone like me with 115 kilos starts doing Tantric dance, because I'm imagining it looks like Yoda from Star Wars who starts dancing like a jello, what do you call it, like a pudding on the dance floor. You can imagine what I think. Is this only for beautiful people? That is my question to you, Rakesh.
Yeah, you're not allowed, Patrick.
So. No, here you go. Here you go. There's not too much room on the dance floor.
No. It's. There are many people that are big sized. It doesn't have.
Doesn't that look silly?
It's not about the looks.
Yeah, but for me, I'm going to be too self-conscious.
That's your projection of yourself. You're projecting yourself doing something.
Yeah.
Instead of, and that's like reading a book. You're projecting a visualization, but it's not actively feeling.
Wouldn't people start laughing at me when they see me doing Tantric dance with I'm not that fat, but I think I
won't make a video of you right away.
Oh yeah, here you go. Here you go.
Worry. I'm not gonna do that.
Do I have to wear like a big, what's it called? A rain jacket?
It's all. There can be a lot of fears of doing something like this. Like, am I fat? I'm not a dancer.
Am I too old?
Am I too old? How many young people are going to be more men than women?
Yeah.
There are all kinds of barriers and all kinds of things that can come up, and then you feel hesitant, or you feel that uncomfortable, or you feel that you're not worthy or not good enough.
Yeah.
All these kind of things. The difference with Tantric dance is that they all are part of the dance.
It's one dance.
Well, it's you dance. When you dance, it's one dance. You create one dance with somebody, and everything you feel in that dance is welcome. So if you feel insecure during that dance, that feeling is welcome in the dance. It doesn't have to go away. You don't have to be first perfect and then do the dance. So tantric dance that's what I mean. It's not about the physical body. It's really about allowing to be dancing with what arises within you.
Yeah.
And then becomes really the tantric dance, the tantric part in that essence, because it's allowing what is alive in you to be moving you, and learning to dance with what is arising in you is what fuels the tantric dance.
Okay.
So it's actually, if you feel insecure, that's the perfect fuel for creating that dance.
But that doesn't look sexy, I guess.
No, it doesn't have to be, and doesn't it. When it's authentic, when it's real, when it's pure, and when that creates the connection. That is, if you would feel I'm trying to be sexy in a dance, it's not authentic. And then I'm trying to be nice, I'm trying to be perfect and slim and everything.
Unless you feel sexy.
Yeah, but then it becomes real and authentic, and then it is true dance. And when you receive, as a receiver in the dance, you feel it immediately when it's like authentic or not, or when you feel acting something out which is not you. It becomes a strange dance. It becomes a disconnected dance, and there's something in between.
So it could be that when I'm dancing, I start moving to the exit. I'm moving to de uitgang in het Nederlands, zouden we zeggen. Doesn't that happen for people who think?
Sometimes you have to take a break and feel like, okay, I'm taking a break now, and it's too much, or I have to sit with this feeling, and that's fine too. You know, it's all welcome. But once you become, like, the first time is always the most scary, and then you see there are a lot of people that are like me, and they're doing it anyway, and you become comfortable and more comfortable, and each time it's going to be more easy. So at first you might go feeling, I want to go to the exit.
Or the toilet.
I need a break, help. Second time it's going to be more easy and more easy. And that's how it always goes. And after a while you're so comfortable with how you are and how you feel and how your body moves and looks and doesn't do exactly what you want, but you use it as a fuel and use it into the dance, and becomes a lot of fun and really nice. And you get the feedback from, wow, I could really feel you. I could really connect with you. And you get really in a different state.
So we get this out of the world. Tantric dance is not only for beautiful people who don't have too much weight on their body.
No.
And it doesn't look silly when you have.
It's not about looks. It's about how you feel and really connection. And every feeling in that sense is very welcome.
Okay. Let's talk about dynamic relationships. You know a lot about that. Is Tantric dance a part of dynamic relationships, or is it a totally different world?
Tantric dance is a very good way to maybe... to really connect with each other, because often the views within a relationship can be very different. So I see something this way and the other sees it completely different. And it's really difficult to find each other when it's like hard, or when it's like such a distance. I don't feel you, I don't understand you, you don't understand me.
No intimacy.
No intimacy, or no why are we even together, you know? So, but these are all things from the mind, from ideas, and when you start moving into tantric dance together, you start to feel again. You're using your body, not the problems and all the issues and all this stuff, but you start feeling into each other again.
Could it be that, sorry to interrupt you, but that people get into a fight on the dance floor because some angriness comes up?
Or jealousy.
Yeah, jealousy, because you're dancing with somebody else. Does that happen?
Sure.
And what happens then?
Fights don't happen though.
No bitch fight? No?
No.
Sorry for using the word.
But tension arises. Tension can become something. And
tension.
Like tension. I feel jealousy or feel tension when you're somebody looking.
What to do then?
Well, the most beautiful thing is acknowledging that it's there. That's as a start. I feel tense, and then you can start in the dynamics. You start relating about it, start sharing about it, and to the essence of what touches you and what makes it difficult for you. And when you, the beauty of relating is that conscious relating is that you learn to acknowledge each other's pain and acknowledge each other's suffering or fear or trauma, maybe even. So when you acknowledge that, then there's a opportunity to heal with each other. So instead of saying you need to get rid of it, or it's not allowed to be there, you start acknowledging it. And you start saying, okay, I see it. I see your pain. I see your suffering. I see your trauma. I see the stuff that comes between us.
But don't act on it.
Well, yeah, be gentle with it. See it as something that can be healed, or see it as something that needs attention, or see it as something that, you can, share about, or in that sense, dance with it. That's what I often say. It's not trying to figure it out from the mind and discussing and where it comes from and what it does and
just feel
how it interacts with each other and how long it is already there. So when you start dancing in it, and again, you as a fuel of the tantric dance, then you start using it for the connection. Instead of you start seeing it no longer as something that is against the connection, but you can start changing it as fuel for connection.
It's helpful.
Yeah, it deepens the relationship.
But still, I can imagine, Rakesh, that it's natural to feel jealousy when I see
it doesn't have to go away.
When I see my girl dancing with another guy and they start moving closer to each other and he starts sniffing in her neck. Then, I think it's just natural behavior. But what to do then?
Well,
go sit in the corner and watch it? Or
there are many things you can do.
Give the guy a punch in the face? That's not tantric, I guess.
No. It's not loving, and that's it can be tantric, but that's a different approach. But can you be loving enough for your partner to allow love to flow besides you?
Yeah.
So if you make love personal, in that sense, it can only be directed from me. I have to own your love. Your love cannot flow with anything else but me. Is that love?
That's possession.
So when you start to see what operates and see that's my male dominance, or my need to protect, or my
ego,
fear and ego, then you can see, okay, it's there, but I don't have to act on it.
I guess I get something, because we're talking about I'm thinking too fat. I'm guessing my insecurity will be triggered then. When I see someone who in my eyes is slimmer or more pretty, and then she starts dancing with this guy, immediately there's my insecurity about myself.
Yeah, true. Yeah, and that is allowed to be felt. So if you allow, okay, I feel this, and it hurts, and it comes alive in me.
So it's therapeutic, this tantric dance. It's like therapy.
Well, therapy is often, how I see it, is that it has the goal to first accept. That's really also therapeutic, but also to get rid of things.
Oh yeah.
And also
to bring things up to the surface,
which is the same. But with tantric, is it that it's even the possibility to have a deeper connection with each other. So as soon as you would learn to share about how something is affecting you and how you feel, then it can be actually a magnet for connection and actually a fuel for a deeper connection. Because if you share your vulnerability and if you share how it affects you and how deep your love for her actually is, because that is often behind it or underneath it, it can transform the connection to a deeper connection.
So it's about sincerity. It's about being sincere to each other, to yourself, to the people around you.
You mean tantric dance or
Yeah, just
conscious relating?
No, doing this, being together like this. The word sincerity comes up. No holes buried. Gewoon, sorry for using the Dutch word, but just being very, what you say, vulnerable, being honest.
Well, if you want to grasp it all together, it's actually to dive deeper in yourself, to see it as a cosmic play, to see it as the human experience you are engulfed in, the duality of things and all, but also diving in that there's a deeper consciousness actually behind, under and underneath everything.
What Eckhart Tolle calls presence.
You can call it presence, you can call it divine connection, divine love.
What do you call it? The field? You have God?
For me, the easiest one is love and prayer.
Prayer.
Yeah.
Sacredness, holiness.
Yeah, everything. Yeah, these kind of things.
Wow.
Yeah.
Is that what we're all looking for then in these kind of experiences?
Well, in these kind of experience, you're not looking for it.
Oh, it's looking for you.
We have to become present of it. That's what I mean. That aware of it.
Yeah.
So when you're in your pain or in your jealousy, you're not actively looking for the divine or actively looking for prayer or the deeper consciousness. It's underneath it all. So you need to have the suffering, you need to have the tension and the polarity to finally understand it's not that what you're looking for. It's deeper than that. But you have to go through that surface layer to finally, and maybe bump your head enough times to get to that deeper state.
I once had the opportunity to interview Eckhart Tolle, and he told me then, and I will always remember it, maybe this world is meant to frustrate you
to the fullest.
So you can find your way home.
Yeah.
Do you agree with him?
Yeah, in a way I do. But it doesn't have to be about suffering. It can also be about joy. So it doesn't have to be fully about the pain and the suffering.
Whipping yourself all day.
No. It can be about, it's like ecstatic dance. It can be ecstatic.
And then you also find your way home.
Yeah. It doesn't have to be through the path of difficulty. And that's also what I like about Tantra in general. It incorporates the joy and the pleasure and the sexuality and the love and the physical stimuli in that sense.
Yeah. Something more about dynamic relationships. What do you do in that then? Do you talk to couples? Do you bring them together? Let's leave the tantric dance.
Sure.
Yeah, we talked a lot about it. I'm guessing, what are the other methods you can use to bring people more together, more closer together, or to that essence?
It's very personal. So in couple sessions, which we do online often as
via
well,
via
Zoom, we have conversations and they share about what's troubling them or what's difficulty in their situation.
Yeah. I saw some of them on your YouTube channel.
And so it's very personal for that couple. So what we do, what we create is meditations or practices actually that's specific for their situation, specific for that type of dynamic.
Yeah.
And we use very simple methods or very simple practices that can be applied for many other couples, but it does need to have a fit. It does need to have that element that is really in their essence.
Yeah, what is needed in that time and place.
Yeah.
And what do you mean by we? Is that you and your girlfriend?
My partner, yeah. Elfriede, together with Elfriede, we have these sessions together. So actually the four of us, a couple and us. And that works really well because I also have a different insight. She has a different insight. And we combine this to a beautiful meditation practice that they do. And it's not always have to be a successful practice. Actually, when it's a practice that doesn't work well or they get frustrated even more, that's actually what can help. exposing the problem or exposing themselves. It's not like we give you the solution and here it is, do this and it's gone.
Yeah.
It's about try this, see what it does, and see if it brings consciousness in your relationship.
Oh.
Either by the resentment for it, or the difficult doing it, or not having the time for it. Everything that happens by giving this is actually creating consciousness within their relationship. And that's what you want. That's what we do. We create awareness of what's going on, that they discover it, not us
going to bring
telling
it on a
it.
plate. No.
This is the solution. Do this, like a mindless idea or mindless practice. They have to figure it out themselves, but we bring the little tools that will help them acknowledge it.
Yeah. Can every relationship be rescued? Or do you sometimes see people together, you think, this has worked out, please go your own way, like Fleetwood Mac sang?
Well, I'm not into rescuing relationships at all.
Okay.
So I'm more like...
I guess people come to you for that, maybe sometimes.
Can be. That's fine. I mean, you're welcome if we can, if it's possible, but it's not always. And some people do that with Tantra. Like, okay, if we do Tantra, when our relationship will be fixed, or let's do this, then we'll find each other again.
Yeah.
But when a relationship is destructive, and the patterns are that destructive for each other, there's no love created anywhere.
Only possession.
Then you have to. Look at the mirror and see this is nobody's being happy about this.
But can you tell them? Would you tell them that oh guys, go your own way? Because
my approach is often that everybody has to figure it out by themselves. It's more empowering if they see it themselves than if I say how it is. So I'm always looking for that way of how can they find it themselves.
People can tell me all year, Patrick, you have to lose some weight, but I have to see it for myself in the mirror. Or
then it will change.
Yeah, or old pictures, or I start feeling bad or something, Your WhatsApp status, your status on WhatsApp is dance with what is. And that struck with me. That is your life philosophy, right? Dance with what is.
Yeah. I should write a book with that.
Yeah, you should use that title because it's very powerful.
Yeah, it is.
So is life like a dance for you?
Completely.
Yeah?
Yeah.
So you're not, for example, you were here, let's say 10 minutes early. I was still writing something for another website and you had to wait 5 minutes outside in the rain. Then already my brain starts projecting things on it. Oh, he's going to hate you for that. And this guy is standing in the cold, but I have to finish this. And I just opened the door and you were just standing relaxed there, hanging to a wall with your jacket on your head. No frustration at that moment?
Not at all. Not whatsoever.
Not thinking about...
You have to try harder.
Yeah. But isn't there anything that brings you out of the dance then?
Oh, plenty of things where I get involved or get frustrated or get into a space which...
Arguing...
gives a lot of tension. Yeah, and that's so for me. Dance with what is that I don't have to be in a certain state anymore or project something which I'm not. To dance with what is dance with my frustration, dance with what is arising in me. I don't have to be the perfect man. I don't have to be the perfect person at all, because that would be only imaginative person. So dancing with what is dancing with everything that what is. Also my frustration, my dark, my shadow, my pain, my fear, my anger, everything. Yeah. It's all welcome. It's all the fuel of the dance.
Because at this moment, we're not going to go into details, but there are some things going on in the world. Huh?
Definitely.
In the news, they tell us first about the pandemic, and now the pandemic is a little on the background. And now there's people calling it World War III. Russia is coming. How to dance with that then? People get scared. They feel fear. Not so much, but I can imagine a lot of people feel fear.
The world will never be a perfect place. There will be always things going on, and there's always going to be things that you can be stressed about, worried about, angry about, fighting for. But it's also actively choosing how do you want to direct your life. So if you know there's always going to be something to be worried about and fearful about, do you want to live in fear or not?
Yeah.
So if I feel that I want to be a dancer in life, that's my motto.
Yeah.
I can dance with everything. I can dance with the nukes coming.
And soldiers marching down the street.
I can dance with it. I can dance with everything that's going to happen.
How do you know that for sure?
Because what else to do?
Yeah, just go and hide when the soldiers are coming.
Yeah, but dancing doesn't mean I have to be like a joyful, playful being
clown
and dancing in the rain. Like, okay, everybody's shooting me,
hello,
no problem.
Come in.
So dancing with what is mainly that I'm always trying to be flexible, being alive. So not locking myself up. And that can be physically, but also mentally.
Yeah.
And that's why I try to stay fluid, to be flexible, try to be in that sense that things move through me instead of locking my body up and freezing and being closed off to the people I love, to the world, to everything.
Isn't there what's it called? I'm forgetting the word. You talked about dancing, war, soldiers coming in. This is the question. Do you keep news out of the room? Do you don't watch any news channels or watch all the news all day? Are you stuck to CNN to see all the images of the Russian tanks coming in? Is that one practice maybe of just not feeding you with this fear?
It's about dosing it, like keeping it compartmentalized, like keeping it.
It's not about shutting down for the world.
No, not at all. It's when dangerous stuff happens around you, it's good to know about what it is and be involved in it, even in that sense. So actually, I'm very present, very aware. I see many things much quicker than most people because I can also feel into things. What is going on here? What is you can sense it. So it's developing the masculine, like really focused on the details and feeling on the news and reading this, reading that, but also the feminine. So feeling into what's happening, and that is a subtle layer. So also feeling, okay, what is the need for somebody? What is the desire? What is the longing here for somebody? So you can know, if you incorporate both, you can see and feel more into what's going on actually than focusing on one thing.
So are you a fan of the fact that gender is now like being discussed over here in the Netherlands, but all over the world, that we don't say, hey, there's a man, there's a woman, we say there's a human? Are you a fond of that? Are you a fan of that? Or is that dangerous territory?
Well, not that dangerous. I mean...
Well, I can imagine a tantric dance. Also, non-binary people come, or I don't know what the right name is, but you know what I mean. People who... travestites, I don't know if you still can call people that. Excuse me if I use the wrong word, but people who dress like a man, women who dress like a whatever.
Well... I encourage exploration. You have if you go through life, there's a phase. There are different phases of life. So there's a phase of you want to try things and explore and also kick against the what is already there, you know, and try to find new paths and new roads. And this is when the new generation does that. That's beautiful. I encourage that, even that we're very much man-woman focused. Let's break it all open and try new ways and set the things loose in that sense.
You have long hair and you have a tail right now.
Exactly. I was like that as well.
As a young child already.
As a young person. And I was also free a lot from these structures and dogmas and all these kind of things. So
Did you play with dolls?
I think I did, yeah. I think I wore, in the commune time, I wore dresses, actually.
Okay.
Long dresses till my feet. I think there are some photos. And my oldest child, which is born as a girl, is now wanting
Transition.
wanting to be a boy. So for me, or calls himself a different name as a boy. So it's for me already very present, and I'm really okay with that. And we changed now already the second time the name, because that fit better in how he wants to portray himself, and that's all very welcome. For me, I'm really okay with that exploration and that whole finding yourself out and what fits with me, and that whole discussion is breaking that open. I love it, actually. It does create the flexibility for
gender fluidity.
Yeah, gender fluidity, and an open mindset as well. And when you're old, maybe you're not that open anymore. Maybe you're a bit closed off, and it has to be like this and it has to be like that, and otherwise it's confusing for me. And
a big question, Rakesh. Could you have a relationship with a man?
Me?
Yeah,
sure.
Yeah. Have you ever had a relationship with a man?
I've been intimate with a man, but I'm not really feeling that is my dynamic. No, but maybe it can change. I don't know. Because
I have like this thing that when I think about kissing with another man, my body starts and nothing against men, but should I explore that then? Or sometimes things don't feel natural to me. So I'm sometimes thinking, is that because I grew up in an environment where people who kissed with a man were laughed about, or what's it? What do you think everyone could do that then as a man, or do you have to have like a genuine feel for that?
It's good to explore, and if you try to find out your feminine side. As a masculine man, you're always the one who decides a lot of stuff, directing. It's also good to explore your feminine side and to create a balance in that. And in order to create your feminine side, it might be that you explore it that much that you start maybe feeling attracted to the masculine. So it could be very well that you, after a while, you feel like, oh, I'm attracted to that guy. I'm getting aroused by even looking at that person and that masculine energy. So and it's the funny thing is that we as a human can change so much we wouldn't expect. So if you have an open mindset, there's a very large range you can go into, as long as you have an open mindset and a willingness to explore and change yourself. But until then it's not going to happen.
Well, I'm going to sleep about it, okay?
Well, I'm not here to persuade you to anything, but it is a beautiful thing to explore and find out. And sometimes you wake up and think, okay, that's not for me. That can happen too.
And doesn't that make you, like, what's the good English word? Think about it. Maybe more insecure, or because as a human, you want to know some things for sure. I want to know for sure when I go to a friend, when I come back, the house is still here. Then I also want to know sure that I'm a guy, I'm 47 years old, my car is parked over there, those secure things in life. Don't you have a need for that then? That you know for sure that your girlfriend loves you and she stays with you, and when you call your mother, she still picks up the phone, just the usual stuff.
Sure. That's what I call convenience. So it's convenience, comfort, convenience, and it's very welcome. And I love it as well. My car is going to be there when I walk back.
You wear a jacket; it still hangs there.
Yeah, for sure. And you learn things along the way of your life, and it helps you to have this experience because some things stay the same. And if everything changes all the time, it takes a lot of effort and energy. And time. And as a human, like a body, reacts to change a lot. So if things change, you can get even to like a shock state or like like that. Huh? So in a way, it's a bit of both. It's good to stay, and also with tantric dance, if you're receiving and you suddenly you bump into something, is your reaction going to be like that? Like, oh, I'm gonna have to stop the dance. I cannot dance anymore because I don't feel safe anymore, and everything is not safe anymore. Or I bumped into something. Okay, no problem. So, in a sense, it's all about can you stay relaxed? Can you stay calm? If your house is burned, it feels horrible, but it doesn't. It's not the end of your life. If your car is gone, it's not the end of your life. No. Is it gonna stick the whole year, or is it okay? It's it. No. So it's also, again, looking at how you want to live your life, how you want to flow with life. And for me, dancing is a good way to really release my tension and anger when it's not how I want things, but also move on and stay fluid.
Yeah, it still sounds like a great motto, dance with what is. You've been to India, right?
Many times. Many times.
What did you find there, Rakesh?
India is a treasure chest, and it can be heaven and hell. India is a place where you meet extremes in very different ways, and I've come there since I was like 5 years or something. When I was in Pune, my parents went there, and so Osho went there, so the whole commune went there, and I came in that kind of atmosphere very young. And I felt home there. So I went there from, actually when I was, because my mom traveled there also, we went looking in India many places and did trekkings there. And also after that, I went by myself and went traveling through India, through the top down, moved many places in India. I went there every year for a while. And what I discovered there is that it's a treasure of ancient knowledge about consciousness, about self-exploration, about gurus, about sadhus. It's
Advaita Vedanta. That's the main philosophy over there, right? Or are there many more?
No, there are many philosophies. But the one I was interested also through my mother, and from non-duality, I went to meetings and all kind of things. So Tiruvannamalai is a place where Sri Ramana has his home, his mountain, and many teachers are there around and are influenced or inspired by that teaching, non-duality. Yeah. So for me, it was a place to discover a lot from different teachers. Every day I went from 8 in the morning till 11 at night. I went to different teachers, satsang the whole day, every day for weeks.
Was that tiring or bored? Boring?
I was in an age where you're like a sponge. You suck everything in, the knowledge and the different way of styles and the different way of teaching. And it was, I was reading books, and it was for me a very inspiring time.
Could we say you are spiritually educated, Rakesh?
Sorry again?
You're spiritually educated. You're not educated the normal way where they put the old...
I would rather say spiritually experienced.
Okay, yeah.
Educated is for me a lot about the mind, and it's like teaching and all these kind of things, and I've let most of that go. So,
but you still took it to you.
Yeah, it's in the system. Yeah. It's there. If I want something, I can look it up or feel into it. But for me, I went so much more into Tantra than non-duality that it's, for me, everything is more embodied now. Yeah. Or it's really, I want to feel it myself. I want to really make it my own instead of I'm copying some teaching or some education I got.
You don't present yourself as a teacher of Tantra, or are you a Tantra teacher?
I'm a Tantra teacher, you could say.
Okay.
But I don't... I even read somebody who said I was a guru or presented myself as a guru, but I don't like these kind of things. So
maybe because of the name?
Maybe because I was dressed white. I often like to dress white. But
what is a guru? Someone who brings you from the darkness to the light, I once read somewhere.
Well, you have a true guru and false gurus. But if you have a master, like Osho was for me, and masters, they are...
Are they an example, or are they leading the way?
Simply mirrors pointing. Mirrors pointing at the moon, you could say. But they're always trying to reach you to look at yourself. So they're trying to help you to look at yourself.
That sounds healthy. I'm guessing some gurus present themselves as, let me show you the way. Just follow me.
Yeah. There are many like that. But
you don't like that?
Well, if you look at many institutions like that, it's often the institution that's saying that and not the master itself.
Yeah.
So there's a difference between a whole set of organization that's saying he's the one, but the man himself or the person himself, the woman himself, is laughing about these kind of things.
Is that what happened with Osho too?
For sure.
Yeah,
for sure. He's making a joke out of everything. He's making fun, and as soon as you get the joke, you see everything differently. Because
he's at the place in Oregon, he started declaring people enlightened.
Yeah, that's one of his jokes.
Yeah.
And
but they believed it at first.
Oh, that's the funny thing.
I'm now enlightened. The master said it.
You have to be a master. Finds ways to really awaken something in you, and is being very creative with that. So it has to be creative, and that's why there's a living teaching and there's a dead teaching. Living teaching is a guru who is still alive, and dead teaching is where the guru is no longer alive and can never change it anymore. So it stays like stuck in a certain like a dogma, or it stays stuck in, because a master can always undo what is being created.
Yeah. What did Osho say about Tantra? He wrote some books about it, I guess.
To simplify it, Tantra is he would say, I think my idea about it, I have to be careful with these kind of things. It's the feminine path, he would say.
Oh, yeah.
So, like being in a cave, doing transcendental meditation, or like doing meditation in really on your own, and really silent, and no sex involved, and not this involved. It's a very masculine way. And a lot of men feel really this is the way. And he broke that open. He went into like, okay, that's good. It has its qualities and it works perfect. But we've done it for thousands of years, but it's getting old. What needed is more balanced. So he went into Tantra, and he feels that Tantra is the feminine way because it incorporates everything. So your body, you don't have to neglect your body. It incorporates the food, delicious food, the flowers, the nature, the beauty, the sex,
the
wealth, everything.
Yeah.
So it's all included. It's all part of it, and it's all welcome.
Still, that was explained in a wrong way. Eh? They say, "Oh, look at this guru with his Rolex watches and his Rolls Royce."
Yeah, as if you're not allowed to love these things, or because you need to be secluded, and you're not allowed to have partners, and it's all the rigid way of looking at meditation and consciousness and self-practice.
Maybe it can be found in the old religions where you have to suffer and you have to pay homage to God, and this life has to be very small and dark, and you're guilty, and you have to show you're guilty to God.
Yeah, well, that's the Christian direction I kind of feel, and the suffering that it involves. But for me, Tantra is about liberation. So liberating out of your suffering, and liberating out of your mind and your fears and all these kind of things.
This is also in audio for the Life Without Stress channel, where we talk about non-duality a lot. And there are some dogmas also in non-duality. Some people even call it non-dualism. Like I'm sitting here with a non-dualist. Ugh, like someone who took non-duality and made it his lifestyle, right? That's not the case with you, right? You're not a tantrist. You're using tantra to find your true self.
Exactly.
I can imagine.
Yeah.
But still in non-duality, there are some dogmas. Like people told me years ago in a lot of interviews, this world is a dream. We're just...
Maya.
Brahman is dreaming this,
Yeah.
being Rakesh and Patrick doing an interview. What's your view on that?
Make it the best dream possible. Make it the best dream possible. Yeah. Enjoy the dream fully. So full that you find a loophole out of it.
Like the Matrix, when they pick up the phone.
Yeah, any way possible. And dancing is a way, but bliss can be a way. There are many ways that you incorporate that it's dual, and you can laugh about it fully and be happy about it and not wanting to change anything about it.
And what about free will then? That's also something that is discussed a lot in philosophical
I even asked when I was in Tier de Formula, I even went to Muji up with this question.
And what did he say?
Well, that's a long answer. But
what did you get out of it? Is there free will or not, or both?
It was. I really enjoyed this question and went very well. I don't have a definitive answer for it.
It's a mystery.
I'd rather keep it a mystery.
Yeah.
Because as soon as you say it's one thing, the life will let you know it's the other thing. Because life works mysteriously in that way.
Yeah.
So as soon as you think this is it, it's that.
It's going to show you the other one.
It's going to show you either if you want it or not the other way. And that's how I feel. That's the beauty of also how the Indian have created many gods in that sense, like Kali and all these kind of devotees, the goddesses, wisdom goddesses. They'll spank you for it if you think it's one way.
We're going to stop talking about it then.
Well, let it keep a mystery. I would keep it like that, yeah.
Alexander Smith, he doesn't live anymore. He was a teacher. Your mother also visited him a couple of times in the 90s, she told me. He once said, "We are love looking for itself." What does it raise with you, that statement?
Well, there's a phases you have in life again. And there's a big phase of your life is going to be looking like I would say the seeker. So you're seeking for something. You're seeking for love or recognition or your place in the world, happiness, or what is the meaning of life. You're seeking these kind of things. Yeah. There's another phase when you get older, which is going to be less about the seeking, and that's going to be resting. Like you're going to be resting in love. Yeah. So each phase has a purpose. Each phase has a beauty and a necessity.
And can be skipped.
I'm not sure. I'm not sure. I think you can shorten certain phases. You can shorten them and make them really small. And some, like Ramana, was enlightened very, very young age. So you can have it really short. Yeah. But they're all needed. They all have their qualities. So, but know your phase and welcome the phase. And if you're seeking for love, if you're looking outward for love, then that's beautiful. And in a certain moment it will change, and that you will feel you are love. You are being in the field of love already. Yeah. There's no need to change anything. There's no need to seek anything. There's no need. But you can read it. You can see. I can say. You can hear it. It doesn't mean anything. So you can only be in love when you are there, and until that time, just start seeking and doing and be active, be playful, be going out there. So looking for love or seeking love and all this is beautiful, and in the end you will die and be in love anyway. Doesn't matter.
A Tantra festival which you are going to appear or did appear is called Awaken as Love, right? Yeah.
Yeah, that's
that
one
says
of the
it all.
festivals. Yeah.
You're being there this summer?
I believe so. Yeah.
Yeah. And artofloving.nl is your website, which has blogs, but they're mainly in Dutch, I presume, right?
Yeah, right now I can change them. That's a good idea, maybe.
Yeah. Is there some people who listen to this in other countries than the Netherlands? Can they find anything more about you in English?
The Tantra Festival Amsterdam, I'm hosting in May. Which people from the whole world are coming. I even had the first time I did it in Amsterdam in Club Light a couple of years ago. A lot of people from India came actually to this festival, and they said this is the route where still the original Tantra is being practiced. So it was really an honor as well. But Tantra Festival Amsterdam is a beautiful place where everything is in English. Tantric dance, tantric.dance. Everything is in English, and a Tantra gathering, which I'm working on for this summer, which is going to be more community style gathering, is going to be in English as well.
Great.
And I have men awareness groups. I'm giving
men awareness groups.
menawareness.com.
In Amsterdam?
In Amsterdam, which is also in English and Dutch.
Great. But one final question. I'm talking about love and language. You sometimes hear, it sounds a bit cheesy, love is the language, right? Does language immediately give boundaries between people? I can imagine if I can't talk to you, that gives a distance, but I can feel you, that's immediate. Mm-hmm. So how is that for you then? You when someone from India doesn't speak English, how do you make a connection then?
Well, when I was traveling in India, there were it was and also in Egypt and many places. You can find new ways to express yourself, and the language doesn't always have to be the problem.
Namaste with your hands, or
sure, and the smile, and
thumbs up. That's one. Thumbs down.
And I would say the eyes can be a beautiful language as well. Eyes speak towards
louder,
love and how you connect, and there's a beautiful expression in that sense as well.
Yeah.
But it can all work together. So I work with tantric dance and many other things. I work with the chakras, with the chakra system. So the throat chakra is a very important part as well. So it all connects, and it's also part of your body, your throat, your voice, your vibration, how you send out. Mm-hmm. So let it all be part of it, not just the one thing, but it can all be combined and be used in these kind of ways.
Yeah, it doesn't have to be a boundary language.
No, it can. Language is usually also the first opener. So either by written word or
hello, good morning.
Yeah, it's an opener to set the mind open for the feeling.
Yeah. Okay, so you don't see it as something that divides us, language.
No.
Okay.
No, it can divide, but it can do beautiful.
I wrote down one more word, the Kama Sutra. Does that have a place in Tantric or in Tantra, or is that a fairy tale that you use that big, thick book with all the positions you can get into in the bedroom?
That's a whole other topic, but to be simple, I could say two things about it.
Okay.
It is one part of Tantra, a small part, but it's a guidebook, a support how to please your man. In essence, when
only please the man.
Mainly, it was about pleasing the man. Oh. How it developed is that a man had many dakinis or many women, and the man had the woman had to be taught or had to have shared knowledge, and these kind of books helped to how this is done. But then we are talking about the Raj, the higher men that had a lot of status. So they had many wives, and they had to. The wives had to be prepared for him. So that's the whole story of
long time ago.
Another part of the Kama Sutra, in that kind of sense, which you also, there are temples, and has a whole different meaning. So there's in the Kama Sutra and these kind of things, there's a lot of statues with positions, with sex position, these kind of things. The funny thing is that you only see these statues on the outside of the temple. So you start to wonder what is happening inside the temple. Yeah. What's going on there? Because I see all these sexual positions and all these Kama Sutra images. So it's also about clearing the mind, about preparing yourself for the deeper meaning or the deeper meditation. So when your mind is full of sexual need and sexual desire and images and all this kind of lustful thinking, you cannot meditate. So it's, in a way, it's like a boundary of meditation. Like if you want to go deeper into meditation, you have to let this imagery world kind of outside of the temple.
So it's a pointer.
It's a pointer, and also setting boundary, maybe.
Yeah. Do you have a Kama Sutra in your house, in your bedroom?
Like a statue or something?
Yeah, well, yeah.
No, I don't think so. No.
So yeah, Tantra is much more than that. And it's let's say that finally, it's not about sex at first place, right? It's not about becoming a better bed partner or becoming a better performer in sex. Or could it?
For some people, it can be the first step. So to get involved, at least, to start somewhere.
Yeah.
So if that's what attracts you, and you start there, it's fine. It's okay. But the idea is to move further, to go deeper into the connection, and maybe first you have to explore these wild desires and wildness and go into it. But when you've done with that and you've done enough and you feel, okay, there's longing for more.
Then comes the real reward.
Yeah, more deeper connection, more sharing about what is arising in you. How can you look at your desire even, instead of always acting out on your desire, but look at it and see what it does, and how you make decisions from this need, this constant longing and need, and how it's directing your life and maybe even destroying your life and because of it. So looking at it, and not like I have to get rid of it, but see the energy of it. See that it's actually life force energy, but you can use it in creative ways, in different ways, and maybe help it fuel or transform it to deeper connection, instead of I'm building it up and then it's gone again. And I'm depleted. Instead of building it up and having this longing, but using it for your project, using it for the love for your child, using it for the love for your partner, or putting your voice or your project into the world. Many different ways you can use sexual energy.
Is Tantra also useful for breaking addictions then, I guess? When I'm addicted to alcohol, sex, smoking, shopping, it's also about longing and fulfilling some need.
Well, Tantra has many practices. It's actually a tool. You could see it as there are so many tools. You need a hammer if you want to hit a nail. You want this and that. So Tantra has so many practices, and there's the beauty of it. It's a live practice. So there are new practices being created every year by teachers who are feeling this is what the world needs. This is what the group of people needs. This is going to help transform our world to consciousness. So it's alive.
Living teaching.
It's a living teaching. And that makes it unique in the sense that it helps you to become more conscious. That's the whole point of everything. Becoming more conscious. You use, what do you want? If you want a cup to drink, you use this tool. Do you want to become more conscious? You have to use some practice. So Tantra is actually only practice. It's a tool of practice to become conscious. And once you are conscious, you start to understand everything in another way. So your whole look and perspective is going to change.
Yeah.
So for instance, to make it more clear, if you learn to look at your desire, and by instance for men, the desire to ejaculate is one of the most challenging ones, I could say. I can as myself experienced. I've stopped smoking, I stopped drinking, I stopped all kind of things, but stopping my ejaculation is a very tough one. It was a tough one for me because I love sex, I love women, I love all these kind of things. So every time it's there, I feel like, oh, it's going to be really difficult to not ejaculate. So it's a really tough one. And women don't understand it because they don't have that same feeling.
Yeah.
But for men, it's really intense.
But still, women want to have an orgasm, I guess. Isn't that the same?
It's different.
Yeah.
It's a whole different flavor. And the men is a burst of creation. It's a burst of life. It's such a power of...
Spread your sperm.
It's immense powerful. And the only time I've seen this immense power by women is the power of love they have for their child. You can compare these powers. Yeah. It's like the love for the women for their child can be so immense. They give their own life. They give everything for their child. Yeah. So I've seen it when I was in a hospital once. I saw this immense power that's there. It's like, I recognize this power. Men have it when they ejaculate.
You get a little, what's it called? Emotional when you talk about this.
It's I feel this rush already. It's like this power is already walking through me. Mm-hmm. This power of life.
No ejaculation here, please. Just kidding.
Well, what I do is it's allowing this energy to flow through me. I'm not blocking it here. Yeah. And this is the difference. Because I'm a tantric practicer and I practice tantra, I can allow the energy to flow through me. Yeah. I'm not blocking it here anymore. So to complete my story is that when you have this sexual urge and this power, and you learn to channel it through your body, you learn to channel it with everything. So any other longing, which is a lot less than ejaculating, will have your consciousness of how to change it.
Transform it.
Into whatever you want. But you have to start doing the practice somewhere and understand how to change it, how to make it into something else.
Yeah, for example, I feel the need to go shopping right now. I can transform it in cleaning the house.
Yeah, exactly. But if you have a longing because...
I feel something I don't want to feel.
Yeah, exactly. And you're against something because it's a longing to fight against something, to react on something. Yeah. That can be very intense. So then you can use it differently and channel that energy through your whole body instead of let it build up somewhere. Yeah. And that's what happens with sexual energy. It builds up in your lowest chakra, in the root chakra, and it accumulates. And the only way out to get that released or get the tension of is ejaculating. So that's very limiting for your whole body and limiting for your creativeness and greatness in the world, actually. Yeah.
Well, it sounds great. I'm guessing I'm gonna come and visit you one time or maybe 2 times, and then just sit in the corner and watch. Is that okay for the first time?
Sure.
Not participating in the dance with my fat belly.
Well,
thanks for being here.
My pleasure.
Oh, you still wanted to say something?
Well, the funny thing is how you're gonna be is always gonna be different how it's gonna actually be. Yeah, that's the funny thing.
Well, I had this discussion also with a yoga teacher. She said, "I'll come to a yoga class." I say, "No, there are only beautiful people over there who are very slim and doing all these strange positions, which I can even tie my shoelaces standing up. So why should I come to a yoga class?" But okay, we will see. So the next thing, you have an agenda on your website, right? Where we can see what you're performing. And also for people in Dutch, there's a Dutch interview we did. It's online on YouTube and maybe already on podcast when you hear this. And you're active on Facebook also. You give little teachings, could I call them, like, or little visions? What is it? What do you call it?
Sharings. I share things about my life and how I see the world sometime, about certain topics, what I feel is active right now. But yeah, I'm just spreading my vision, and I hope to transform to a better world. Like many people at the moment feel this need, and they share how they feel, like you do now. This is all part of this evolving consciousness in the world.
Yeah.
And everybody can be aligned with that. And we all feel that fighting and terror and what the oppression that is happening at the moment is not the way. You can feel it in your body. It's not the way we need to go as a human being, as a species, and we want to feel more love with each other, more connection with each other. We want to feel more understanding for each other instead of separation, hardness, fight, and all this kind. It's not the way.
No, and Tantra is a better way then.
Of course, of course, and it has the ancient knowledge of India, which masters and teachers of so many thousands of years of knowledge, and it's still alive. It's still being altered in a way that it is helpful for this moment, for this society, this kind of living, this kind of way of life.
Yeah. Thanks again. We're going to get you a new cup of coffee, and I'm going to start eating an apple.
Please.
Tea. Sorry. Excuse me.